Okay, good evening everybody. You're watching How to Rock a Campfire. I'm Dustin Cormier, your friendly neighborhood Scorpio mystic, and today's lesson is going to be on a song called Your Time Is Gonna Come by Led Zeppelin. Now it's Led Zeppelin, and so the vocals are a little bit tough, but I'm usually pretty good with this song. Now, it's the guitar playing that sometimes I muck up a little bit, but at least if I show you guys what it is that I'm trying to do, then you'll be able to use it in your own guitar playing circles, okay? It's an excellent song for an intermediate player who wants to take on something that is not too difficult because there's not a lot of crazy chords going on. But it's fast, and it's like, you know, you have to consciously be on your pick attack. The song basically, you know, it starts off with the organ and all that kind of stuff. But it comes right into it with the guitar like this. So basically all we're doing here is we're coming from our D chord to it's like a D add ninth with a C on the bass, and then we've got a G sixth with the B on the bass, okay? And then that last thing is, you know, there's that one little riff where you go A string, and then second string of the, or A string, and then second fret of the A, and then open D, and then you go F, D, F, right? Bam, 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 bam. And obviously you want to accent those notes as well because, you know, everything else has got like a little bit of guitar work going on. And so for that to be the only notes in there, you really want to kind of accent them a little bit. And I even like bend that note a little bit to just give it a little bit of pizzazz, you know? So that's what we're doing. What I like to do for this song is I kind of like to, like, it's almost like pedaling, where you kind of go low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high kind of thing. And what I'm doing is I'm hitting, for the D chord, I'm hitting my D string, B string, G string, E string, D, B, G, E, okay? Those aren't the notes I'm actually playing, but that's the strings that I'm hitting for the D chord, right? Yeah, you know. And then so when we go to the C style chord, what you're doing is you're going to the C note, the A string, you're hitting the A string, and then the B string, and then the G string, and then the high E, okay? Now, first thing you want to do when you do this C chord is you leave your pinky on the third fret of the high E, and that's what gives you that, that one little note in there. And then when you hit that E string for the second time, you're going to take your pinky off of that third fret of the high E and leave the high E open, right? So you're going... what you want to do is when you come from that D chord to the C chord is simply leave your third finger on the third fret of the B and your first finger on the second fret of the G string, right? You leave them there and just bring your third finger right down to the third fret of the A string and keep your pinky on the third fret of the high E right there already, so it's good to go when you go into it, right? And then you're going A string, B string, G string, and then E string. And then for every chord after the D string, this is how the strum goes, right? It's A string, B string, G string, E string, and then afterwards, like right after, it's the same chord except you've taken your pinky off, and you're going A string, G string, B string, E string, right? So low, high, and then, you know, then it goes low from lowest to highest. Down, 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 right? Down, down, down. So A string, B string, G string, E string, A string, G string, B string, E string, right? And then it's the same thing, the same exact strum for the G6 with the B on the bass. This is like a G6/B, right? So you're going A string, B string, G string, E string. Low, high, and then the second one is just A string, G string, B string, E string. Anyway, so you guys know what I'm talking about, right? And then on that last thing, it's the A, B, D, F, A, second string, open D, third fret on the D, open third fret, right? I'm going to go nice and slow so that you guys can get a really good appreciation for this song played really slow. Oops. Yeah, so that's right, you know, so that's the, you know, lying, cheating, hurting, that's all you seem to do. Sometimes I don't get it exactly right, but as long as you've got the main sort of feel, you know, then you'll be able to pull it off, right? Now, that's pretty much the same thing the whole way through until you get to the last line of every verse, right? So, blah, blah, blah. One of these days, and it won't be long, you'll look for me, but baby, I'll be gone. This is all I gotta say to you, woman. So what I'm doing here, by the way, I'm going to give a thanks to Private Tricker. He's got an excellent lesson for this song on his YouTube channel. Look him up and you'll see him on there. And he showed me, or I learned from him, how to do this little bridging part between the verse and the chorus. Okay, so kudos to him for showing me that. What you're doing is you're going from it's like a D chord that you've got going on up here. Because it's almost like you're doing an A chord on the 7th fret, or rather the 5th fret, right? You bring your A chord up to the 5th fret, and it's going to be like a D chord, right? Now imagine just playing the 2 notes on the 3rd finger in the pinky, and then just putting your 1st finger on that high A string, right? But so that's a high D chord up here, and then your D note obviously is the bass, so you can leave that as it is, right? So you're going to go from the D chord to what's called an A/G, or A/D rather, excuse me. So this is an A chord with a D on the bass, right? Your D is staying on the bass for these next 4 chords. There's the D, there's the D/A, sorry, there's the D, then there's the A/D, and then there's the C/D, and then there's the G/D, and then it comes back into the D again, okay? So your D chord is this one, okay? And then your A chord is simply your 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the G string, and your 1st finger on is taking over the 2 5th frets of the or the 5th fret of the B and the E string. And when you do that, you use your pinky to go to the 7th fret of that high E, and that's what has that little note in there. Right? And then you go to what's called a C/D, which is basically taking this D chord that you would start off with, and you're bringing it literally just down 2 frets, okay? So you got your 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the G, and then your 4th finger on the 5th fret of the B string, right here, and then your 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the high E, right? And then you've got the G/D at the end, which is basically the same thing as that A chord taken down 2 frets. Okay, so yeah, so you guys can see that, right? You take that same A chord, you bring it down 2 frets, and then you can also use your pinky to go to that high, you know, 9th of the G, right? To give it that same kind of sound that you did for the A chord. So this is what this all sounds like together. One of these days, and it won't be long, you'll look for me, but baby, I'll be gone. is all I gotta say to you, woman. Your time is gonna come. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. So, that's when you come back into the chorus anyway. And the chorus is literally just D to D7, G. And then do the same riff that you do in the other verses and stuff before you go back into the D. Down, 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 down. Oh, time is gonna come. My baby, yeah. Time is gonna come. So it does that 4 times, and then it goes into this thing. It's kind of a cool little thing what they do here is basically, you know, you hit the D. And then what I like to do is I hit the strings downward, but I don't pluck them. I don't pluck them downwards to the ground. I hit them into the guitar this way, right? Right? And so it's just kind of like an implied sort of like smacky kind of sound. You can even just like use your fingers, like this part of your hand, to make that part of this. You want to have a slapping percussive sound on the guitar, almost like a bongo, with your wrist, and at the same time hitting the strings for that funky sort of percussive sound. And at the same time, we're doing the chords as well. You're doing the D, E, C, C, G. Anyway, so it is a little bit tricky, and you'll notice that sometimes I even duff the guitar a little bit, but, you know, it's worth it if you can play this song and you can, you know, really rip it with a bunch of friends and stuff. I don't know if you can tell, but I love Led Zeppelin, so... So, yeah, this is Your Time's Gonna Come by Led Zeppelin, and I hope you guys enjoy hearing it as much as I enjoy playing it. Gotta get in Robert Plant mode. Alright, alright. Ridiculous. Lying, cheating, hurting, that's all you seem to do. Messing around with every guy in town, putting me down for thinking of someone new. Darn. Always the same, playing your game, drive me insane, trouble's gonna come to you. One of these days, and it won't be long, you'll look for me, but baby, I'll be gone. This is all I gotta say to you, woman. Your time is gonna come. Your time is gonna come. My baby, yeah. Your time is gonna come. My mama now. Your time is gonna come. Made up my mind to break you this time. Won't be so fine, it's my turn to cry. Don't you what you want, I won't take the brunt. It's fading away, can't feel you anymore. Look, don't care what you say, 'cause I'm gonna stay away. Gonna make you pay for that great big hole in my heart. Don't, people talking all around. Watch out, woman. moment no longer. I'm not gonna be on my heart. You've been having me moment, but it's gonna come back home to you. Your time is gonna come. Oh my baby, your time is gonna come. Your time is gonna come. Oh my baby, now your time is gonna come. 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 There you go, ladies and germs. That was lots of fun. God, I love Led Zeppelin. It just gets you going, you know? So, I got the let out for tonight, and I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you can take something out of what I just showed you. Yeah, Was Your Time Is Gonna Come by Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin! Woo! See you guys next week.